மணலவைங்கோஷ க்ஷேத்திரமிதில் வளர் தானெனும் மானமாம் தானிய உளுந்தை நானாரென் ஞான விசார திரிகையில் நானல்லவென்றே உடைத்து பொடித்து
ತನುವಿನ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದ ಅಹಮ್ಮಿನ ಉರುಳಿಯ ಕಾಳನು ಸುರಿಯೋ ನಾನಾರೆನ್ನುವ ಆತ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರದ ಬೀಸುವ ಕಲ್ಲಳು ನುರಿಯೋ
తనువను నేలను పెంచిన అహమను ఉలవలు ధారగ పోసి నేనెవరిన నెడి ఆత్మ విచారపు తిరుగలి నందిడి విసురు
तन के खेत में उगे अहम के उरद दानों को लिए मन ही मन में कूटते जाओ आत्म विचार के बल से।
एकमक्षरम् हृदि निरन्तरं भासते स्वयं लिख्यते कथम् हृदय कुहर मध्ये केवलं ब्रह्ममात्रम् यहमहमिति साक्षात् आत्मरूपेण भाति हृदि विषमनसा स्वं चिन्वता मज्जता वा पवनचलनरोधा आत्मनिष्ठो भवत्वम्। देहं मृण्मयवत् जडात्मकम् स्वाहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तत भावशुक्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुत कुतो वरधिय दृष्टात्मनिष्टात्मना सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचल शिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचल शिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं। Namo Ramana. For the benefit of those devotees who are joining for the first time, in Thursday Satsang, what we do is we read 2 verses from Guruvachaka Kovai. After reading 1 verse and just discussing the meaning for a few minutes, we sit for 10 minutes of Atma Ucharam, and that will be followed by 1 more verse and again deliberation on the meaning a little bit, then sitting for 10 minutes of Atma Ucharam. One can practice who is listening. When we practice who is listening, the false ego is turned towards its source and the true listener is held. In Guruvachika Kovai, there are three segments: investigation into truth, meditation on the truth, and experience of the truth. Today we are reading from investigation into truth. The subsegment is inquiry into consciousness. The verse is 417. Only those who, through consciousness, know Shiva as the form of the extremely pure consciousness in the heart, the golden temple of consciousness, are worshipping truth, because consciousness indeed is the supreme reality. There is a small note. Bhagavan, worship of consciousness is getting firmly established in consciousness, with the mind disconnecting itself from other things. The state in which consciousness does not desire non-self is worship of the self without being separate from it. Other than consciousness, the pure clarity in which excellence flourishes, there is no God who is worthy of being worshipped. I'll read the main verse again, verse number 417. Only those who, through consciousness, know Shiva as the form of extremely pure consciousness in the heart, the golden temple of consciousness, are worshipping truth, because consciousness indeed is the supreme reality. In Arunachala Ashtakam, Bhagavan says, who is Arunachala? Irundolir unai viduthu அடுத்திடல் தெய்வம் இருட்டினை விளக்கெடுத்து அடுத்திடலேகான். There Bhagavan says Arunachala Shiva is existence consciousness. Is the existence consciousness shining in the heart. Irundolir unai viduthu அடுத்திடல் தெய்வம், leaving you and searching for God outside or God other than you as existence consciousness. He is like searching for darkness with light in hand. இருட்டினை விளக்கெடுத்து அடுத்திடலேகான். Like that. So that is what is being taught here by Bhagavan. That Atma Vicharam, where the source of the ego, the pure consciousness, is held, is the true worship of Shiva, is the true worship of Arunachala. The very name Aruna Achala means that light of consciousness which is unchanging, which is still, which is in its fullness and completeness as the existence consciousness. So for the next 10 minutes, let us sit in Atma Vicharam, which is worship of Shiva as existence consciousness. नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। We go on to the second verse. We are reading from the segment Experience of the Truth. The subsegment is The Self is Eternally Realized. Verse 881. The whole benefit that stands to be derived from the heart-directed enquiry is only the destruction of the false I thought. It is sheer folly to say that the benefit is attainment of the reality, the self that shines clearly, ever attained. There is a quote from Talks with Ramana Maharshi. Bhagavan, there is in fact nothing but the Atman. The world is only a projection of the mind. The mind originates from the Atman, so Atman alone is the one being. Question. Yet it is difficult to realize. Bhagavan, there is nothing to realize. It is Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta. There is nothing to realize. It is Nitya Suddha Buddha Mukta, the eternal, pure, aware and liberated state. It is natural and eternal. There is nothing new to gain. On the other hand, a man must lose his ignorance. That is all. This ignorance must be traced to its origin. To whom is this ignorance? Of what is one ignorant? I will read the main verse again. The whole benefit that stands to be derived from the heart-directed enquiry is only the destruction of the false I thought. It is sheer folly to say that the benefit is the attainment of the reality, the self that shines clearly, ever attained. So all sadhana that we do, in whichever form we have done, is not to attain reality, is not to realize the self. All sadhana is only to drop the ajnana. And Bhagavan says, all ajnana can be traced to one. That is the I thought. The rise of the ego. Ahandai undayin anaithum undahum. Ahandai inrel inranaithum. Ahandaye yavumam. Adalal yadidendru nadale ovudal yavumena or mudal pol mevaminda. Like that the Kalivandba goes. That is all forms of ignorance. It is not the multiple world or the multiple thoughts or anything else. Bhagavan brings it all to one root. All ignorance is centered around the rise of the ego, the I thought. That is what Bhagavan says here. The whole benefit that stands to be derived from the heart-directed enquiry is only the destruction of the false I thought. It is sheer folly to say that the benefit is the attainment of reality. Reality is not attained. If it were to be attained, Bhagavan says elsewhere, if reality were to be attained, then it will be lost also. Whatever appears will disappear also. Whereas reality is not subject to appearance. Therefore, it doesn't disappear also. That is Bhagavan's teaching. So, Atma Vicharam that we do is not to gain or attain the self. It is only to erase the accretions that are there to the I thought. and the I thought itself. So it is sheer folly to say that the benefit is the attainment of the reality, the self that shines clearly, ever attained. It is ever attained. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta is the teaching. We will sit for 10 minutes of Atma Vicharam. नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। There were no questions that was addressed through the WhatsApp groups. So before Ashtotram, I would like to share the verse relevant to self-inquiry from Atmavidya Sankirtanam. Bhagavan says in Atmavidya Sankirtanam that Unar udaliduve nanam enum ninaive nana ninaivugal ser ornar enum adanal. That is, Bhagavan says that this perishable body is I, as we saw in this verse, that the aim of heart-directed vichara is only the removal or erasing or the destruction of the I thought. That is what Bhagavan begins this teaching with in the Atmavidya Sankirtanam, that I thought, that is, Unar udaliduve nanam enum ninaive. The thought that I am this perishable body is the thread which strings all the other thoughts of the individual together. Nana ninaivugal ser ornar enum adanal, nanar idam edu என்று போனால் நினைவுகள் போய் நான் என குகையுள் தானாய் ஒளிரும் ஆன்ம ஞானமே. Bhagavan says, therefore, don't worry about all the multiplicity of thoughts and sensory objects. Just take this I thought to the source. Nanar idam edu. Either inquire who am I, or inquire from where I am arising. Nanar idam edu endru ponal ninaivugal poi. When the thread is cut, automatically all the things that the thread connects, ovudal yavumena. To be free of all the ajnana which is in multiplicity of objects, all one has to do is to cut the thread, the false thread that strings together those objects. Nanar idam edu endru ponal ninaivugal poi. All the thoughts are dropped. Nan ena guhayul tanai olirum. Anma jnaname aduve moname. Like that Bhagavan says. So, what is this nan? We saw that in the first verse, while discussing the first verse, we saw that who is Arunachala Shiva? Arunachala Shiva is the existence consciousness. Irundolir unai viduthu aduthidal devam, iruttinai vilakkiduthu aduthidalekan. So, this nan ena olirum, tanai olirum, that is the Arunachala Shiva that rises and answers. Soham bhavayutah kuto varadya, koham bhavayutah kuto varadya, drishtatma nishtatmana, soham spurtitaya Arunachala Shivaha purno vibhati swayam. When we persistently do only this task of who am I, then the answer comes with Arunachala Shiva rising and answering. I. Like that. Soham spurti taya Arunachala Shiva purna vibhati swayam. And Bhagavan says in a later part of Atmavidya Sankirtanam, Binna uyargalil abhinna vilakkenumat tannai tanil unara. Who is this Arunachala Shiva? He is the Binna uyargalil. Now we feel we are separated by time and space. We are connected by common screens in front of us. But when we go inside and hold this Purana, the I, the functions of time and space collapse. There are no different entities sitting in front of their screens, separated by thousands of kilometers. It is all one. Binna uyirgalil abhinna vilakku. In that there is no binnam. In the Swayam Prakasha Atma, there is no Bheda Bhavana, there is no Kandam, there is no division. It is divisionless consciousness. It consumes these divisions as times and space. The time and space function collapse when we go to the Atma. That we are separate people sitting on different ends, different seats, separated by thousands of kilometers, vanishes in this Purana. Binna Uirgalil, Abhinna Vilakkenum, Tannai Tanil Unara, Minnum Tanul, Anma Prakashame. Like that Bhagavan says in Atma Vidya Sankirtanam. Now this is the practice of Atma Vicharam that we do. That when other thoughts arise, we are taught by Bhagavan not to worry about them. But they are arising because the thread is still remaining. The thread of Unar Idal Udaliduve, Nanam Enum Nineve, Nana Ninevugal Ser Ornar. That thread, the false thread has not been cut. Therefore the thoughts are arising. Don't fight with the thoughts. Let go of the thought and inquire for whom is this thought. Persistently go and put the attention on the thread. Now since that thread is a false existence, with repeated putting of attention, it vanishes. And Arunachala Shiva rises and shines as I. Now that is the teaching of Bhagavan of Atma Vicharam. Moramanaka, can you address us for 5 minutes?
Akka, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the Janki here? I mean, this whole COVID situation and the people are at home and they're going through depression and there are a lot of, they're not able to see their families and all that. And is there any signal that you can talk about from Bhagwan about this? I mean, it's, we can say this is all Maya and all that, but it's still difficult to understand, right?
Yeah. See, if you look outside, all these years, maybe we had an apparent feeling that we were in control. But the truth is that we have never been in control. We are not in control now and we will never be in control. So the only solution which Bhagavan says is available to us at all times is to abide in the self, is to look within and find the peace within. So long as we are looking for any solution outside, at best, if at all it happens, it can be only temporary. It will have to pass away. Another issue will come up. If all of us look at our lives, even the best of times in our lives, have we been very, very satisfied and happy with no seeking, no next thought about what to attain and where to go? So the COVID situation, there are many answers, and Bhagavan always gives only 2 answers. One is surrender to the Supreme Force if one believes in the Supreme Force. In which case there is no further question, there is no thought, there is nothing for us to ask because the one who is taking care is taking care. I am not the one who is taking care. I am not capable of taking care. I have never taken care. So if somebody is taking care of this entire universe, this is for me to leave it to that somebody. If not, I must understand what is the source of lasting happiness. And that, if we say, is difficult to get back to self-abidance, for that only Nandakumarji said that I should share the story of the bird. That when I am convinced about something, when there is love for something, then the effort springs from that love. In fact, in Appadam song also Bhagavan says, Santosha Mahave, the inquiry has to be done with joy. Where is there joy? Where there is love. In this story, which I have heard only from Nandakumar sir, There is this bird which has built its nest on the seashore, and the waves will of course come to the shore and go back. And one such wave takes away one of the eggs of the bird. Now the father bird decides that as his part of the duty of protecting the family, he cannot allow the egg to disappear like this. So he says, what can I do? I will empty the ocean, get to the bottom of the ocean, and I will save my egg. I will bring my egg back. All I have is one small beak. The bird does not think like that. The bird decides to empty the ocean with its own beak and keeps on taking about little water in its beak and putting it on the shore. Taking little water from the ocean and putting it on the shore. When this effort is seen by the king of birds, the Garuda, of its own kindred little bird, the Garuda comes and flaps his wings and the ocean parts. And the little egg is seen at the bottom, which quickly the bird goes to that bottom, picks up carefully that egg and brings it back to its nest. Now, the point is that effort, sincere effort in any field always bears fruit. So the answer is, for every question, is to be sincerely doing whatever we can do, whatever is given to us to do. Even in today's situation, we find many people, they are called the COVID warriors. There are doctors, there are nurses, there are people working. There are people working in areas where they have to go. There are bankers where they have to go and work. So that is one part of the story where they are just working without thinking about themselves, not worrying. So that, if you look at Bhagavan's answer in Upadesha Saram, it is Ishwaranvitam Karma, without any thought of themselves. But Bhagavan says, if we want a real solution to anything, there is no real solution other than Atmanishtha, other than abiding in the self. There is no real answer. And Janaki Ma, if each one of us is convinced about this answer which Bhagavan is giving, if each one of us is convinced that all answers to all problems lie in self-abidance, not all answers to all my problems, but all answers to all problems lie in self-abidance. Even one person's self-abidance can be the answer to every problem which is arising in this world. And that is why Bhagavan abides. He has come to show us that by his abidance, by his life, if we cannot understand by his words, then we have to see his life and see that there was no situation which touched him, which touched the bliss and the peace in which he was. So these are the answers that are available to us. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramana.
I always remember the specific answer. Specifically, Bhagwan was alive when 2 world wars happened, and he just did not move from self-abidance.